Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
This is Naruto Shippuden, episode 138. What happened last time?
Last time, Sasuke and Itachi were fighting. Itachi was using the black fire, which doesn't go out until it completely burns whatever he looked at with it. But Sasuke used his Orochimaru style substitution and did a dirty snake maneuver to get out of there, but apparently that uses up a lot of chakra. So they're both kind of, and Itachi now is seemingly blind in one eye, like completely.
Seemingly, yeah.
Seemingly, it's not confirmed, but he was like bleeding from his eye, it was like going all crazy, and now there's nothing in there, so I feel like it's a safe assumption.
Sasuke is about to use that jutsu.
Something that can't be
blocked
avoided.
or dodged. So we'll see what happens there. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction to this episode of Naruto Shippuden. Let's go. Also check out Patreon to get a week ahead.
And support the official release.
Support the official release. And please like and subscribe if you like Naruto Shippuden. Please and thank you.
Yeah, this is when he was going down to read the thing.
I don't think so. It might have been. They had a big fucking house. I think we saw this towards the end of the Naruto Sasuke fight. Of him returning home and seeing everything, but it just being empty. Their blood's still, like, on the floor. Oh my fucking god, man.
He's so cute.
They made him look way more small and cute. Holy shit. You're too dangerous to be left alive, boy.
That's my boy.
When we're alone, the only one he talks about is you, Sasuke.
I fed my hatred and gained power. And now I'm here to settle this. Itachi, you will die right here. You'll fall by my hand. Now, Itachi, you asked for it, so here it is at last.
Jutsu that can't be evaded? Just like the Amaterasu? What is it? What kind of jutsu could it be? That's it. That's what Sasuke's fire style earlier was for. What do you mean? Sasuke's real target was never Itachi to begin with. That's not what the fire style attack was for. I still don't get it. What does that mean? He shot his fire style jutsu into the sky to cause the ambient temperature of the atmosphere to rise rapidly and create an ascending air current.
A meteorologist. Weatherman Sasuke.
Create a thundercloud.
Puxatani Sasuke.
Doesn't have to use of the enormous energy in the atmosphere to create a lightning style jutsu. Which one? Whichever it is, it'll be on a totally different scale from what anyone can create using change in chakra nature.
How fucking... How insane is that? He's bending the fucking sky to his will.
He's Zeus out here.
This jutsu guides the lightning down from the heavens. All I have to do is merely direct its power right at you.
Just as I thought. That's why this jutsu can't be evaded. Why not? Lightning flashes in 1/1000th of a second. It's faster than sound.
This jutsu is called Kidding.
Kidding.
It's terrifying.
This is that jutsu.
Has tamed lightning.
Come! Now he's gone with the thunderclap.
So that's out of control.
That's, by the way, what he was going to use on Naruto, Sakura, Sai, and Yamato when they showed up and he put his hand up.
Itachi, die?
It's done. It's finally over.
If that bitch gets back up again, I swear to God.
Is this the death you had imagined for me then? Damn you! That's
The curse mark just took over because of his anger.
if I hadn't had this, I'd have been dead. What's that?
And what is that?
You really have gotten stronger. Sasuke. Now it's my turn. I'm going to reveal to you my final trump card, the Susanoo.
The Susanoo.
Susanoo.
Yes, the one other jutsu. Once the Tsukuyomi and the Amaterasu were awakened, it also took root in these eyes of mine. Sasuke, is that it for your jutsu then? If you have anything else up your sleeve, now's your last chance to play it. The real battle's just beginning. The sky is clearing.
The show's always so disgusting when it's like... Don't like that.
You never had...
What's the matter? You use up all your chakra and run out of options?
We haven't scratched the...
I can give it to you. I can lend you the power.
Oh, it's straight up just a bit of Orochimaru just...
Don't you, dear Sasuke?
She's Kabuto.
Now, release me. Release my power.
No.
You can fulfill your
No.
dream at last.
That feels like Orochimaru's eight-headed serpent jutsu.
Eight-headed serpent.
Because Sasuke tried to squeeze out more power despite not having
What is that?
Orochimaru's chakra, which Sasuke had absorbed and suppressed, has shoved its way to the surface.
He's got his own nine-tailed fox, but it's actually just Orochimaru's eight-headed snake. And whatever that thing is that Itachi has.
A Susanoo. Or the Susanoo.
Not even a problem.
We literally haven't scratched the surface. It's fucking Attack on Titan now.
And now it finally emerges. Wait, is that?
Ew. Ew.
I'm back!
This fellow is always regurgitating something out of his mouth like that.
This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. Thanks to you, the repressive chakra is gone. And now, at last, I have the chance to take over this child's body.
Literally Voldemort.
And so,
Taking over his body.
did you truly believe that a puny attack like that could take down the likes of me?
What will you do next then?
This sword, it can't be! The Totsuka blade, Itachi! It was hidden in you all along.
What's with that sword? The also known as the Sake Gai Blade, is a sword of sealing. It is said to trap and seal away those it pierces the genjutsu world of drunken stupor for all eternity. The blade itself is imbued with sealing jutsu and is a variant of the Kusanagi blade. Orochimaru has long searched for that sword. Power is immense. This is it. Sasuke.
Literally a Horcrux. Literally Harry Potter shit.
And sealed them up, and now Orochimaru's just gone on to like eternal. Except, I mean, Kabuto as well. So I don't know how that works.
Who he calls Susanoo. It seems to be awfully risky. But Sasuke can no longer maintain his Sharingan, and he's also been stripped of Orochimaru's chakra. Don't you think Itachi's already won this? And now, your eyes are mine. I'll take my time retrieving them. Whoa, what the hell? Something's wrong with him.
Oh, it's reverting. Paper bomb. I hope that didn't overwhelm you, the amount of shit that just happened there.
It's a lot.
Because it definitely overwhelmed me the first time I saw it.
It's like a zombie.
Damn it!
That Susanoo jutsu of his. It's simply repelling every single one of Sasuke's attacks. It's another spirit weapon. It's called the Yata Mirror and is said to deflect all things. That and the Totsuka blade for attacking.
This is...
Itachi's Invincible.
He has like legendary shit
My eyes.
in his possession.
They're mine.
Holy fuck. That blade that, by the way, can pierce anything was repelled by the Yata Mirror.
Itachi collapsed.
The fire around it never burnt out. So unlucky. Nakini, come.
No way. Is Itachi really dead?
You fucking did it.
And Itachi kind of did it to himself.
There's something I still don't get. Like what? I know that Itachi's stronger than this. He was moving quite strangely. Even you said that something seemed off about him. That's true. He couldn't evade or counterattacks that he should have been able to handle. And he was coughing up blood. Perhaps he sustained some serious damage even before the battle. Could it have been caused by using the Sharingan too much? Not sure. I don't think we can draw any conclusions.
He's fucking
close
dead.
to getting Sasuke's eyes too.
rubble. Everything reduced to fucking rubble.
Look at that fire.
It's just... So what'd you think of that episode?
Big things.
Fatty episode.
See, this is the type of shit that I remember from that Naruto fighting game that we played that one time. Cause I remember, like, I couldn't really play it because it made me a little bit sick. But I remember, like, stuff would happen and there'd be some kind of, like, ridiculous, like, over the top, like, powers. And it's, but, like, I remember it just being crazy like that. And then I remember, like, when we were watching Naruto and none of that shit was happening. And I was like, oh, I guess maybe that was just for the game. But I suppose not. I suppose now more people than just Naruto are having, like, epic
Tail
powers.
beast level Gundams. Like...
Yeah, like... But it's so interesting because, like, for Itachi, his thing was, like, around him, and he wasn't controlling it, or, like, it was just... Like, he would just move
I mean, he
around,
wasn't
like, yeah.
He was definitely controlling it.
But he wasn't, like, he didn't have to, like, he just had to, like, walk into the right area and, like, pick
to be
what
clear,
to do.
Like, yeah, he was picking. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't a nine-tailed fox thing. It didn't have a mind of its own.
No,
it was an
it's
extension.
like
It was his
he's-
jutsu. Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Because some people are confused, like, what the fuck is that? Is he possessed by a thing? But no. Just, yeah, because some people get confused. But that was his jutsu. That was a Mangekyo Sharingan specific thing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he was doing that. And then Sasuke's lightning thing was out of control.
The
literally,
Kirin.
like, becoming a fucking weatherman, like, a meteorologist, knowing how to, like, oh, for these type of conditions, we'll create a lightning storm. So I will, like, light everything on fire. I'll let Itachi use his fire that never burns out to
Create an updraft.
so much heat that it causes the clouds to form in this way, and then this happens, and then I'll just get him.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's so in a weird way. It's like so weirdly like realistic in the way that it's not realistic at all. But it's like based in like, yeah, of course these conditions can make a lightning storm.
It's really, you know, it's that weird middle ground of, like, they're adding science to this magic world, but it's not, like, crazy out-of-control science. It's, like, basic, you know, heat transfers and weather.
Basic, the way the weather isn't really science. The weather just works how the weather works. And, like, there's a science to understanding it, but you can't, in this world, like, control the weather like that. But obviously in a place where you can control things, and, like, if you can you can shoot fire straight up into the air and like manipulate it in that way, then of course it makes sense. I also found it like interesting, sort of like symbolically in the way that Itachi is still using like a fire jutsu, like even though it's like black fire and it's not really fire, but like the Uchiha thing was always like the fire, but Sasuke is using lightning instead. Like he's not fighting fire. He's not fighting back with the same thing. He went in a different direction.
That's really, I never realized that. Yeah, because he didn't kill Naruto.
Yeah, he didn't kill Naruto. He did his own thing.
Yeah,
and Itachi was like, "Oh yeah, our whole clan was like built on this." Like on blood and like murdering each other for this and that.
Blood. This is the fucking Targaryens.
But like that's what Itachi was saying, and Sasuke kind of rejected that in the sense that he didn't kill Naruto and didn't do exactly what Itachi told him to do, but also didn't just go for his clan's like main attacks.
Yeah.
And went with his own thing.
That's like, really, I never realized that. That's actually a really good insight, and it's true.
And it's interesting as well because it's like obviously like the blue and red. Or like the two contrasting colors. which like looks good. It like looks good from a visual perspective.
But it's like,
But it's also they're like opposites, and not necessarily that fire
Yeah.
and lightning are the opposite of each other per se.
it's the
but
color.
the color, but also it's just that they're different. They're different things.
But yeah,
that's cool.
I never noticed that. That's actually, that kind of sums up the whole fight, really, like, and the whole struggle. It's that Itachi fucking, his pursuit of the Mangekyo Sharingan and the sort of the clan's obsession.
Even though
is
he
what
killed
drove
the
him.
clan, but he was just perpetuating the same thing.
Exactly, the
that
same
had already been
cycle that
going
was
on.
sort of, you know, their
I
blessing
mean, he
and their
took it
curse.
to a way bigger scale than anyone
He definitely
else.
did. He
But
definitely
yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, but obviously Madara's still out there, and who knows what he's doing at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. And then Itachi gets killed, but it was literally his own fault. You know what I mean?
He destroyed himself with the pursuit of this.
He did that, and then that's also another thing, because even if he hadn't died in a fight with Sasuke, he would have potentially done that, like fighting someone else, like just
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
like Itachi, like he just cursed himself to going blind and getting himself killed from.
Yeah, eventually it would just
like,
happen.
But it's good that it happened with Sasuke, because then Sasuke gets to. Like I said
What do you think he
before,
does now?
I don't know what he's gonna do now. Also, Orochimaru just like comes out of there like a disgusting snake. I mean, like literally a disgusting snake, and then gets fucking trapped inside a horrible genjutsu forever, for like eternity. Sucks to. And it's what he was avoiding in the first place. Like the whole thing when the Hokage was sealing him and was like, it was like, we're gonna be like caught in this thing forever. And Orochimaru was like, no. But then now he's just by himself. It's like the same. He was escaping the same thing that happened anyway. He got sealed.
Yeah. So the both of those things, the sword and the shield, they're both like sort of religious relics in like Shinto stories and stuff like that. Like they're really adding the mythology to it. So yeah, they're both like really as far as I'm aware, I'm not an expert at all in Shintoism, but like apparently those are sort of like in the classic religious tales. There are like, you know, weapons of legendary renown. So that's interesting. So it's interesting. It feels like it kind of comes out of nowhere because of the fucking, like, we just get, okay, there's the Susanoo. Itachi has a Susanoo, apparently. And now fucking Orochimaru has the 8-headed snake, and he's inside
actually
Sasuke.
inside of, like, yeah.
It's not just his chakra, it's also his personality is inside Sasuke. And he comes out literally like Voldemort and like a Horcrux. There's like a piece of him in there.
Yeah, which leads me to wonder, like, what about Kabuto? Like, I know it's technically different because Sasuke, like, absorbed Orochimaru's, like, being, and Kabuto just for some reason grafted a piece of Orochimaru, like, onto himself. But at the same time, I'm like, I mean, Kabuto's getting taken over by, like, what seems to be Orochimaru, or like some Orochimaru's like weird, just weirdness, you know what I mean? And like, it's potentially different from this, but it also opens up the possibility that Orochimaru could just come back with Kabuto as like, or in some, you know what I mean? Like if he could die, but then somehow have the ability to retain his life inside of Sasuke without Sasuke like
by
fully
the
knowing
same logic you're saying.
Then I'm saying, who knows what else he could have put in place. This was a guy who didn't want to die and wanted to live forever. So
but the little piece of him that was there was like a little white snake that was going to get away, but then it got burned away.
Yeah.
So at least the piece of him, at the very least, that Orochimaru is dead.
Yeah.
So
but who knows?
Or sealed, and then there's like the part that split off and escaped the sealing is dead.
Theoretically, he's sealed forever. Who knows if someone could undo that? But it seemed like that was like some kind of like legendary thing that would be extremely hard to undo, so he's probably going to be in there.
Yeah, it's like that's at the point where it's like that sword itself is like an extremely powerful Kekkei Genkai sort of. You know what I mean? Like it's a enchanted weapon that is built for sealing whatever it cuts, it seals in an alternate reality of drunken stupor, basically. And yeah. It's really crazy when they start adding all the mythology to it and all that spice. It's really cool, I think. But
yeah,
it does happen like kind of all at once, and now fucking Itachi's dead.
Oh yeah, also Sasuke got his wings ripped away, but also I wonder if now that all of Orochimaru is gone, will he still have the curse mark? It seemed to like come out of him where the curse mark was.
I think we didn't see like his back left side of his neck. We saw sort of shots by it, but we didn't quite see exactly where the curse mark normally is.
Yeah. So I just wonder, you know.
Orochimaru did appear to emerge from the curse mark.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. He's like running away here. Yeah, it's gone.
It doesn't look like it.
It's fucking gone. It looks like, at least.
Interesting.
Like every shot we see, it's not quite there.
And I would wonder what that would mean for everyone else with a curse mark.
What do you mean by that?
Like, is everyone else's gone? Is he actually secretly alive inside of everyone else that has a curse mark? Is it literally Harry Potter out here? Who's to say, I suppose.
What do you think?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because it seemed like he literally exploded out of the curse, and like the curse mark, though it was made from the where it came from had nothing to do with Orochimaru, he like changed it and made it into a thing that he could like bite into someone and inject into them with, and it was like part of like himself almost, you know. It was like, and he like made like different ones for different people.
Yeah, there was the heaven and earth, and then there was all the different patterns of all the sound for and all the other people that he experimented on and shit.
So, like, there was, like, a whole place full of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. However, like, if he... Yeah. I don't know if... I don't know what to think about that, but it's definitely a possibility. But at the same time, I have been saying that it seemed like his time in the story was maybe, like... He was not going to be, like, big anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, like, good that Sasuke killed him. But, like, maybe he'll come back later, or... You know. Because, like, that would be a whole thing in itself. If he could come back through anyone with a curse mark, they would have to, like, make it a mission to go around and kill, like, hundreds of people that just have a curse mark. You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Anything else you want to say about the episode? About the fight in general? About what'd you think of the fight, like, as a whole? Was it a good fight? Was it one of the better fights? Or what did you think?
I think it was a pretty good fight. Like, the first part of the fight was literally all in their heads.
Yeah.
We got a lot of flashbacks. We got Itachi, like, revealing himself to be crazy and, completely not as chill as he seemed for, like, the entire show. He seemed, like, so cool, so calm. And then he was freaking out. Mm-hmm. And I liked that little, like, ending thing where he, like, pokes him in the forehead. That was just kind of sad. But it was
good, like, bookend.
Yeah,
to it
was. It was a nice ending, but it was also disgusting when his
blood.
head hit the concrete.
That like thud
noise. That was
noise.
like a disturbing.
The sound
touch.
of it. It's like the sound. It sounded like a skull thudding against a stone wall.
Yeah.
Fucking. Ugh.
That was.
It was really like, no gore there other than the blood, but like it was just sort of gruesome.
Yeah.
The way that he died in the last moments there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
And Zetsu was just, like, hanging out, watching him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, too bad. Oh, no, my best partner ever. What a shame.
You were such a great partner.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens next.
I guess we'll see. And the whole thing was a genjutsu. Oh my,
it was all a Tsukuyomi dream. The end. Anything else you want to say?
I'm interested to see where we go from here. There's 2 other fights underway, and we haven't cut away once, which is very rare for Naruto to not have been super rare to not have been cutting away every 5 minutes
to the same
show
things
yeah.
over and over again.
So we'll see what happens. I still think that probably the rest of Sasuke's team is going to come get him.
Yeah. But just one last thing, I really like the way you interpreted the fight, because I never thought, like this, I watched this before I was like super into analyzing things, or when I was just getting into that. So like, that's a really interesting thing that I didn't even think of with the fight of the whole lightning, the red versus blue, lightning versus, fire representing like the Uchiha's sort of destructive nature, and Itachi being like the pinnacle of that, it taken to its furthest conclusion of somebody chasing after the Uchiha, the deepest power, most secret power of the Uchiha, and that like being sort of tied in with fire. That's a really fucking cool thing. And I never looked at it that way, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's like their whole thing was a fan, like
to fan the flames.
To fan the flames.
And what does fire do? It burns things to ashes. And then like the fact that Itachi's like most powerful thing, well, one of them, the power that he had achieved was the Amaterasu, which is a fire like the Uchiha's fire, but it's black and it looks demonic and it burns things until there's nothing left, no matter what it is.
Which is almost like the Mangekyo Sharingan in general.
Exactly.
The regular Sharingan is like fire, like it's good. It's like good, and it can be destructive or helpful or whatever. And then the black fire just destroys everything. Like there's no. It's not like a natural thing anymore. And it goes until it's done.
And like it is only achieved through destruction, through like killing the person you love the most, and then your fire burns hotter and more deadly than anyone else could understand. It's that's really cool. I just want to say props to you for thinking of that parallel, or of that sort of metaphorical situation, because I never thought of that. So that's really badass.
I had also been thinking, this is like something completely separate, but I was just thinking of this randomly. Like, what if, like, it's so interesting, like, the concept of genjutsu and how you can, like, make people see things that are, like, not there, kind of, you know what I mean? But I was like, what if you, like, use that in, like, a good, healthy way? Like, what if you were, like someone had dementia and you, like, let them see their, like, dead whoever again, or, like, was like using it for therapy, like helping people get really used to something. I don't know, I just randomly thought of that. I'm like, I bet none of these people ever thought of that.
Tsunade should research some medical genjutsu.
Yeah, like it seems like
instead of medical ninjutsu.
It seems like it could be helpful in the right circumstances.
And then chiropractor? What is
chiropractors?
No, but like the art of it. What chiropractic? I can't think of the word. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. But like that's what medical taijutsu is. It's like that's what a chiropractor uses, medical taijutsu. A psychiatrist uses medical genjutsu.
I mean, I don't know, like I was just thinking about that, and I was like, that's like an interesting thing that like I don't know.
You see, the Uchiha went down like a completely wrong direction.
They were the police. No.
They should have been the doctors.
This place seriously needs some good therapists, just in general. Like, you know, a lot of problems could have been solved.
Surplus of dead parents, and there's a lot of trauma going on here, and we could use some medical genjutsu. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.